All right, hello everybody. I'm really excited today because today, as part of our My VIY community business profiles, I get to speak with Andrea Dershan of the Good Life Juice Company, which is a really cool company based right out of here in Nanaimo. And they do business all over the island, all over Western Canada. And I'm really excited to learn more about your company, Andrea. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
First things first, we really love hearing about, we all kind of base our businesses here on Vancouver Island for certain reasons. I'm sure that you could have started a successful juice company anywhere in the world,
Yes.
and yet you choose to base your business here on Vancouver Island. Talk to me a little bit about what inspired you to set up your business here.
Well, I was living overseas. I was in the States actually, but
Okay.
I'm originally from here.
Oh, cool.
From Nanaimo, and I knew I wanted to return to Nanaimo after I'd had my 2 kids so that I could be close to my parents, be close to community, and find a place where I could open my juice company. So we looked at where we were gonna go. We looked at Vancouver, we looked at Victoria, but we decided Nanaimo because I wanted to be able to open my business slowly, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it in a way that felt safe and in a way that I felt comfortable with. And Nanaimo gave me this affordable option to buy a home, to open my business here, be close to my family and support. And then the other piece to it was I decided I wanted to open a cold pressed juice company. And when I looked into it at that time, like 6 years ago, there was no cold pressed juice company on Vancouver Island.
Right.
So I knew that I would be the first. And that just felt right, that Vancouver Island was the place for me, and Nanaimo.
Awesome. There's always so much familiarity in everyone's stories about that, and I connect with a lot of what you just said. So if we look at your decision to move here, and now you've started this Good Life Juice brand, it's such a cool brand. I love what you've done with it. How is the Vancouver Island lifestyle, whatever that means to you, how has that inspired the culture of your company or your brand, and what can you speak about there?
It's really interesting because I moved here from living in New York City, and then moving here, my brand actually evolved a lot from when I first moved here, because I was coming off of living in a city for about 12 years, and I was a much more city-driven. My original vision of the company actually had a different look and feel to it, and then over the 5 years it really evolved, and the community's impact on me and my company is really what was a big part of it evolving. I just felt so connected to the community, and that became such a big part of our brand, touching the community, working with the community, being involved with the community, and I had no idea when we moved here what a strong community it would be and how amazing and supportive it was. So that really shifted after a while that we were here. And then just the island's love for connection and being outdoors, that definitely impacts us now as the years have gone on.
Cool. So as we talk to different business owners, we're always really surprised at, some of them are just running these incredibly large companies that you don't even know about. What would someone who maybe isn't familiar with Good Life Juice be surprised to hear about your company?
Well, we go through a couple thousand pounds of produce every week.
Okay. A couple thousand pounds per week.
Per week of produce, so it takes a lot of fresh organic produce to make it.
Yeah.
So we get a produce delivery every 2 or 3 days, and we wash it, and we prep it, we turn it into juice, and then we're left over with this mulch at the end of it.
Yeah.
We donate all of our mulch to local farmers, and they use it to feed their animals.
Okay.
And we love it because we get rid of this mulch. They love it because their animals are insanely healthy, more so than they've ever been, and they don't have to ration how much real food to feed their animals. It's like all-you-can-eat buffet of vegetables. We've gotten reports though to stop putting the coffee grinds in it because the sheep were bouncing off the walls. They don't like ginger, so we have to really, dilute the ginger when we're making a lot of it.
Okay.
So that's a really interesting aspect. And something else is we've really gotten into manufacturing. So we make fresh orange juice for hotels. We make cold pressed juice for the Empress, or ginger juice for Phillips Brewery to put in their ginger ale. And we've just found new ways to diversify what we do to continue to grow our company.
Very cool. So I've seen, I think you were the first cold pressed juice company that I ever came into contact with. I was introduced to it by my wife, and have done some juice cleanses myself.
Okay,
actually.
thank you to your wife.
My record so far is 5 days,
Awesome.
which was awesome. I felt incredible. The first 2 days are always the hardest. But tell me about what's maybe unique about Good Life Juice in what seems to be a increasingly competitive space.
Cool. Well, great question. I think that our flavors are really unique.
Yeah.
I think we try, whenever I develop a new recipe, sometimes I might make it 24 times until I'm really happy with the exact level of parsley to celery. When I created the first line, I really looked at like what produce I wanted to make sure was in there and then how to balance it. Another thing that makes us different is we're always pushing people towards veggie juice. So when I started my company, I was all about the veggie juice. And then I found like 5 years ago, people needed some fruitier juices. And now juices that barely sold 4 years ago are our best-selling juices. And we're always encouraging people to get the juices packed with veggies and save the sugar for chocolate and wine, as opposed to investing in a bottle of cold-pressed juice that's primarily fruit juice.
Right.
So we're always moving towards that, and we give back a lot. That's another thing we don't talk a lot on social media about. We sponsor cancer patients in town, we donate to the hospital, community events, and that's a big part of what gets us jazzed about making juice.
Cool. I can tell you that at the end of my 5-day juice cleanse, that at each of those days, I think that creamy cashew one is about the best thing you'll ever taste in your life at the time that you're having it. So love all the flavors.
It's true.
Shifting gears a little bit here, and this is sort of where we get to learn a little bit more about maybe you and your family. But running a business, especially a small business in a competitive climate like you're in, it's you need to get your inspiration. You need to recharge. What's that look like for you? Where on Vancouver Island do you go to really just reconnect and recharge?
Well, I will say that recharging, like you said, for me is a daily priority. I recently learned I cannot wait and save it up to go away for a few days, which I did, to Parksville, which is one of my favorite places to go and recharge. Yeah. I let it go too long. So I'm a firm believer in daily practices of mindfulness and meditation and self-care and taking time for myself, putting it in the schedule every week. Where am I gonna find time just for me? My husband works out of town a lot, so I solo parent a lot, so I have to really schedule it in to make it work. In Nanaimo, though, my favorite place is Lindley Valley. I feel like it's this untapped place. I can hike forever and walk forever in the woods, and I never see anyone.
Yeah,
it's magical.
Incredible.
So Nanaimo, that's definitely my favorite place to go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Andrea, I want to thank you for taking some time to share and teach us about your incredible business, your incredible company, and your awesome product. I know it's a staple in our fridge at home and at the office, and so it's great to finally put a face to the name and learn about your company. So thank you very much. And
thank you.
For those of you watching the video, the Good Life Juice Shop is located at 1881 Dufferin Crescent. You probably know where that is. That's within the Moksha Yoga Studios and that infrastructure. So if you're wanting to take advantage of these great products, come on down to the shop, or you can order it through their website. What's the website?
GoodLifeJuice.com.
All right. Thank you guys, and have yourself a great day.
Thank you.